Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today, I wanted to make a video talking about the top 10 best sounding cars in Forza Horizon 5. Now, of course, this list is just my opinion. Obviously, you guys can think whatever you want. However, the cars that I have selected for this list, personally, I think that they all sound really good, which obviously is why I'm putting them on here. I tried to go with some cars that probably wouldn't be on some other people's best sounding cars list. However, of course, some of the cars in this game do just sound better than others, so a couple of these cars are going to be on other people's lists. Anyway guys, we're going to get right into it. Let's start off with number 10. Alright guys, at number 10 we have the 2019 Porsche 911 Carrera S. This thing has an intake and an exhaust on it. Just so you guys are aware, I will tell you what the cars have on them every time I show you one of them. Anyway, let's hear this thing. Alright guys, at number 9 we have the Ferrari 458 Italia. This thing has a full race exhaust and an intake on it, as well as it has camshafts so that the thing can rev a little bit higher. Let's hear it. Alright guys, next up we have the 2010 Lamborghini Murcielago SV with the 6.5 liter V12. It has a race air intake and there is no exhaust option for this car, so it's only the intake. Let's hear it. Alright guys, at number 7 we have the 1989 Toyota MR2. And I know what you guys are thinking. That thing looks terrible. Well, wait till you see how it sounds. It has a full race air intake and a full race exhaust as well, just so you guys know. Alright guys, at number 6 we have the 2008 BMW M3. Fun fact, this is the only BMW M3 that has ever come with a V8 as standard. This thing has a full race intake and a full race exhaust, as well as camshafts to help it rev a little bit higher. Let's hear this thing. Alright guys, next up at number 5 we have the Cadillac CTS V. This thing has a full race intake and a full race exhaust on it. Alright guys, next up at number 4 we have the 2016 Shelby GT350R with a full race exhaust and a race intake. Let's hear it. Alright guys, next up at number 3 we have the Audi Sport Quattro from 1983. This thing has a full race exhaust, intake, and a camshaft on it, just so that it can rev a little bit higher. I haven't seen this car on anyone else's top 10 list, and I think it is definitely deserving of being on a top 10 list. Take a listen. Alright guys, next up at number 2. Honestly, I was debating putting this at number 1, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Honestly though, I feel like this is maybe the best sounding car in all of Forza Horizon 5. This is the 2015 Jaguar FType. It has a race intake, and it has an upgraded supercharger, and I think it has an upgraded camshaft, but it does not have an exhaust. This thing sounds absolutely unbelievable, and it's very rarely talked about because you can't actually buy this thing in the auto show. I believe you can only get this car out of wheel spins or through challenges. So if you're early to this video, I would recommend going out and buying one of these things before the prices skyrocket, assuming this video gets a lot of views, which is a fair chance that it might. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up, take a listen. Now, I'm sure you guys could see this one coming. At number 1, we have the Lexus LFA. This thing does have a race exhaust and an intake on it, and it sounds crazy. Let's take a listen. So there we have it, guys. That is my list of the top 10 best sounding cars in Forza Horizon 5, at least in my opinion. An honorable mention for the list, of course, is the Mazda RX-7. I was going to include it, but I couldn't think of any car that I wanted to replace with the RX-7, because honestly, I feel like all the cars that I selected sound really, really good. Let me know, of course, what you guys think of my list in the comments down below. I'm interested to see what some of your favorite cars are. If you want a part 2 to this video, of course, let me know in the comments as well. Leave some cars below that you would want to see in a part 2 of this. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.